Hi guys, hope you're all doing really well. I'm going to run through a leg training session for you today. So this is the third and final session of the week. I do chest and back on a Monday, shoulders and arms on a Wednesday, and legs on a Friday. And this corresponds to probably my lowest energy day, give or take Thursday, Friday, Saturday, pretty rough. Currently refeeding on a Sunday prior to my chest and back session on a Monday. My client Carl, my training partner, is going away to Las Vegas in a couple of weeks. When he comes back, we'll switch it up. So we do legs on a Monday, chest and back on a Wednesday, and shoulders and arms on a Friday. And we'll stick to that until the show date on the 28th of August. So squats went reasonably well today, all things considered. My hip's been giving me a lot of jip over the last few weeks. It's been an ongoing issue. It's really starting to dig in deep and be quite painful though on the quad dominant movements, whether it be squat, Smith squat, leg press, pendulum squat, you name it, it just feels really uncomfortable. So I had some soft tissue done at the start of this week and it kind of helped a little bit. I was actually quite pleased with the squats today, 145 for 5. Bearing in mind the last 2 weeks were so painful I had to do it on the Smith machine. And that actually didn't make it any better anyway. So really pleased with that, and I'll get some more soft tissue done this week. And I reckon I'll see another increase in performance as a consequence of that. So the second big leg movement is the deficit RDLs, great for the hamstrings, probably my favourite hamstring compound. I really like the seated hamstring machine, but I'd say this would be the best compound for me over all of the others. So working up just a single heavy set on both of those initial movements, and then doing GVT, so 10 sets of 10. The pendulum squat, working up to 55k. This is a really, really good quad dominant press. Very, very good machine. If your gym's got one, then definitely give it a go. Unfortunately, quite rare to see. I don't often see these in gyms, but if you've got one, then throw it in your routine somewhere. Yeah, really, really cool. Very hard. A few sets here to finish. Probably 25 to 30 minutes on this machine, doing the 10 by 10, but our quads were so pumped after, it was unbelievable. So moving on to some supersets, we do 2 back-to-back sets on hamstring curl and quad extensions, 15 reps a piece, moderate kind of weight, pretty intense, but this is the last set, the third and final set, and we go past failure. So as many reps as possible. I managed 35 with the weight here, and I'm using a spot from my client Carl to continue that set past the point of failure. So where I'd usually have to stop, and if I were training on my own, the only way to go past that point would maybe to be utilising rest pause or a drop set. Or with this style, when you're using a spot, you can just carry on. You don't have to stop. You can keep moving all of the time, which really amps up the intensity. Every rep is just maybe applying a little bit more. There's always more to give. And obviously the pump you get from these kind of sets is just insane, shockingly painful, but I think it's beneficial. I think when you combine this with the super heavy stuff, you're becoming very well rounded, not just in terms of the physique that you're presenting, but mentally it's a whole different ball game, going for a set of 3 to 5 and hitting the numbers required, and then testing your metal and seeing what you're made of on those sets of 20 to 50. Not all the time, but here and there. I think I also think that it may have some impact on your vascularity. I really do. If you look at any kind of really good endurance athlete, the vascularity in their limbs also are obviously going to be very good. There's good blood flow in that area. I don't think it's just genetics. I think if you do a lot of high rep work or a lot of stamina-based work, you're going to improve the visibility of your vascular system. I just think it's going to look more obvious. And, I don't have any kind of hard data to back that up with. That's just a hunch. That's just my opinion from anecdotal evidence and looking at athletes and kind of seeing what areas of their body and their muscle system are well trained in the stamina, endurance aspects of fitness, and seeing what impact that has on their vascularity. And I notice when I do a lot of running, my vascularity improves in my calves, improves in my legs to a certain extent. When I used to do cross country, my vascularity in my calves was really, really good. And I noticed that when I start to do more and more reps on the legs, I just notice just a little bit more detail come out on some of those old veins. Yeah, could be completely wrong, don't know, but I'm going to stick to it. It makes me a better person for training like that sometimes. So then on to calves, and finish up with just a standard 3 sets, 4 sets including the warm-up, 50, 60, 75 and 85 kilos to finish up, which you're watching now. So nice and simple for the calves, great leg session, very, very difficult. Just running through some posing now to finish the training session. And in terms of the overall package, you're always going to look your worst immediately after leg day, because the legs are really pumped. There's no pump in your upper body, and unfortunately when your legs are pumped, they don't really look any better. They actually look worse. When your upper body's pumped, it can improve and enhance the look of your muscles, but for legs it does the opposite. Plus the lighting, it doesn't highlight any of the leg definition, unfortunately. From the top down lighting, my upper body is covering that. And also, I'm finding it difficult to stand up and keep my legs straight, because the pump from the leg training is so severe, and just like really drained after legs on a deficit. It's not just the pump, it's just the absolute feeling of just full body fatigue. It's incredibly debilitating, so getting a little bit of cramp as well. But it's good to practice posing after legs, because it's never going to get any more difficult than that. So if you can master that and have the full body discipline to be able to hold the poses fairly well, then it's probably not going to be so difficult when your legs aren't feeling like they're going to explode or crumble, or you're going to fall over at any given minute. So yeah, just running through some poses. The competition is now in 12 weeks time, so eager to push forwards and lose a little bit more body fat. In a good position now to get to the leanest that I've ever been, confident of that, and I'm gunning for the victory for the South East Regional. I'm going to give it my best and do whatever it takes to make sure my body fat is low enough to get me into the top position. So thanks for watching the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, then please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the training session in the comments section below, what you want to see in future videos. The feedback is really, really important. Otherwise, I've no idea really what you enjoy seeing or what you want to see. So let me know. Any support is always very welcome, and I'm very thankful for that. Thanks once again, and stay strong.